The movie where the pickle man comes and kills children for not finishing their soup.
I haven't seen season 4, so
season 3 is
okay. So it's just the Pickle Rick one. It's nothing. Okay,
no,
okay.
Yeah, it's just
I thought that they may have expanded on it.
Yeah, I think Selenia is the name. So I wonder if that's a real thing. I haven't actually looked into it, so I obviously don't wonder that much, but yeah.
It's one of those things you always mean to look up, but by the time you get a Google browser open,
you've already
not
forgotten.
Important enough.
Yeah.
You see the first thing in news on there, and you're like, "Oh,
they came out with a new Type R. All right,
PS5 thing." Okay.
Yeah, like the fucking PS5 World News came on today, randomly. I suppose people in the know knew that it was coming, but I had no idea.
Oh yeah, like Nintendo Directs, I find out like
it was a thing
an hour later that it happened.
Oh really? Okay.
Sometimes I know ahead of time.
Those they've been jumping out like at weirdly at random, but the PlayStation thing was like planned from a couple days, weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, like Max said, like I'm sure if I had any real interest in PlayStation, I would have known.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, anyway, this isn't that podcast.
They lost me last gen, so whatever.
The new Xbox, the discless one, is coming out November 10th.
Is that
September 22nd? I thought.
Is that the $300 one? That's coming out?
Yeah, it might be worth it, but then I have a bunch of discs.
So that's what I'm saying.
One, so
I just want the option.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm not done playing my Xbox One. Like I feel like I still got a lot of life left in that.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It works. You know, like that's the thing. I'm at that stage in my life, like as a man, where I'm like, if it still works, then I should not get rid of it. Like it doesn't matter what X is.
Then you end up like me.
Yeah, no, but it's not like I'm collecting. It's like, oh, it's a movie edited. I'm saying it's like. Your TV is fucking 13 years old. Yeah, but it still works.
Yeah,
like these you haven't bought a new pair of pants in 10 years. Yes, but they still work.
Man, you're gonna be that dude in the park that
like, oh my goodness, free T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stereotypical man bullshit. Like I'm living the dream. I mean, it still works. Why am I gonna get rid of it?
Like someone who lived through the Great Depression.
Well, you don't have to sell your old Xbox. It's just
no.
You got the option to buy the new one.
Yeah, I definitely want the new one though because there's some new games coming out that must be played.
Anytime that there's like a new game that comes out at the end of a console like lifespan, it always runs better on the new one.
Yeah. Oh, of course it does.
Because you can tell they like designed it. And
GTA 5 I played on the Xbox 360.
I played it on the PS3, and it was not a good time.
And then you play it on the Xbox One, and you're like, this is what's up.
That's the one I couldn't really get into. And I bought it on both consoles.
I started playing it again. Recently. It's a lot to get back into. Like, my garage is gone. But I think my cars are still there. Because I did one heist, and my car was there. Like, the car that I always used back in the day. So I was like, that's weird, but that's cool. I'll take it. I just need to buy a garage, I bet you, and then all my cars will show up. So there's that going on.
The ones and zeros are still there.
Yeah.
I was just talking story mode because I played the online mode. Like I shot a dude out of a helicopter and then I got run over. And I was like, okay, we're good.
Oh yeah, online on last gen was horrific. I was just trying to play online on PS3 and that shit would just like drop out and lag and it wasn't fun. It was pretty bad.
It's no, what was that Iron Man game?
Oh, Anthem?
Anthem, but
Oh man, Anthem broke me on video games. I I shouldn't even say that too because like they came out with the stupid Gotham Knights trailer and I'm like, I'm buying it as soon as it comes out.
Dude.
But like, yeah, I'm not like unless the game unless it's a Batman game, you know, or select Star Wars games. I'm not gonna just spend my money. Like, you don't just get my money automatically. Sorry, like I get to be a little more discerning than that because you guys are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah,
like I have like 5 or 6 bands that I will actually like buy the new CD of.
Yes,
like that's how I am with games.
The
too.
Tool album can get bought.
Yeah,
like everything else can go fuck itself.
Yeah, like you know, Yakuza when that comes out new, I'll buy it. Like, I fucking love those.
I'm not buying the new fucking Yeezy.
I enjoyed his little Twitter rampage today.
I heard something was going on, but I was like, oh, it's Kanye, I don't care.
Oh.
It'll happen again in a month.
Of course.
But I enjoyed him pissing on his Grammy.
He peed on his Grammy.
Yeah, so there was it's just like his toilet, and he's got his Yeezys in frame, and there's the Grammy in there, and he's pissing on it. You don't see his dick, but there's just a caption like "never gonna stop" or something like that. It was
that's a bladder condition there. I mean, he's like never gonna stop. Just keep going.
Never gonna
drinking water the whole time.
Oh man. I saw a meme. Speaking of never gonna give you a, I saw a meme that was like, Rick Astley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Astley refuses to buy the movie Up for his girlfriend, thus letting her down, thus causing the Rick Astley parent.
Oh, jeez.
But he's never gonna give her up.
No.
Yeah.
I can't buy that movie. I'm sorry, but she's like, but I love it. No, I won't ever buy it.
There was a group on Facebook. It's a bunch of like, you know, Nordic heathen guys, and one of them posted a you know, an old, you know, great saying, and it's just that in runes. This is fucking brilliant. I'm like looking at it going, never go. Oh god.
Excellent.
Fucking brilliant.
All right. Hello and welcome.
Yeah, that's a roundabout way of getting here. Out here.
We like split them up.
Yeah, you know, no, we're not going to.
We're back again. We're your Anime-Niacs. I'm Max.
I'm Scott.
I'm Dan.
And we're back it's the Gendy Fest.
Yeah.
We're back in the sweet, sweet bosom of Gendy's embrace.
The Gendy Cast. We just renamed Anime.
The Gendy Cast.
Gendy-thon 2020. Yeah, Sym-Bionic Titan. Now, I feel like this one has flown well under the radar of Gendy cartoons. Got canceled after one season.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But it popped up on Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is awesome and amazing and awesome.
Which is weird because I was considering buying it on eBay and a bootleg copy for like $45.
Ugh,
yeah, I saw it on Netflix.
That would have been a feels bad for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you might as well just because I think they had it on iTunes. Like you could get it digitally a couple places.
I don't do iTunes.
I'm just saying it was
around.
Yeah, it was around.
I mean, fine.
It was somewhere, but a hard copy doesn't exist though.
Yeah, apparently not. Or it's just one of those like really expensive.
Impossible to find.
Yeah. Like it's Evangelion. You know, funny that it's about giant robots, but like Evangelion, where it's like there's one U.S. release. It was released in 2000. It's $5,000 on eBay if you could find a copy.
I mean, the box set up there.
Yeah, probably something like that. The difference being, I would never own that, but I would own this.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Sym-Bionic Titan, Gendy Tartakovsky's Voltron.
Yeah,
and I dig it.
All right, this might be a super hot take.
Uh-oh.
This might be I'm leaning. This is probably my favorite Gendy show.
No, you can't.
Really?
Because Dan was gonna say it.
I was gonna say that.
Really?
Yes.
This is your favorite Gendy show?
Yes.
No, I watched too much Dexter's Lab as a child.
Okay.
To have this take the spot of that. Like, there's a place in my heart for Dexter and everything that goes on there. But this is great. I'm just very surprised. Like that's.
And I'm not shitting on any of the rest of those words.
Oh no!
Except for Transylvania.
It's a hot take, but you're not fucking taking a dump on. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like fucking anything. Anything could be a hot take.
Right.
Fucking no. This is interesting. It's just an interesting point of view. Your favorite Gendy show. That is amazing to me.
That I have just now, within the last 2 weeks, watched all the way through. I had seen episodes, like I said, like it was on TV, and I'd seen an episode here and there, but I'd never like fully watched all the way through until the last 2 weeks. And I think this might be my favorite Gendy show.
This show is awesome. I love the show. I watched it when it was on actual TV, and I loved it. I was down there because they hadn't made the new Voltron yet, so it was the best Voltron that I had seen.
Okay.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Like giant robots. I was like, this is like Gundam Wing. I just like Gundam Wing, but this is better. Like it's just better. Fucking. Wow, your favorite show though. That is surprising.
Well, that's the thing. I think the thing that does it is like this is only one season, so it's like there's so much like focused goodness. Because like Dexter's Lab, they did like the revival. And like,
the
all
revival
that
was
shit
not
is
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Like there's like an episode
was he
here or
even
there.
Part of that?
He might have been like a producer.
I don't even know.
I don't think he was.
It might have been. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break in there, but you guys said revival, and that I was watching something on Rugrats. They're making a live action version.
Oh,
that's gonna be so terrible.
Wait. Live action or like CGI?
Live action.
Are they gonna?
That's the plan anyway.
But then you have to have. Is this gonna be like baby geniuses?
I don't know.
Where like the babies are just
this
there,
sounds
but
terrible.
they don't.
And
They don't
not
talk.
talk
terrible.
about it.
So
It's like a
I'm
voiceover, but it's like
sorry.
they're telepathic.
Let's not taint a Gendy episode with whatever the fuck is going on over there.
Now I'm thinking of real life baby.
No,
like a CGI mouth.
Stop it. Okay? Gendy.
I do apologize, but you said revival and it just shut my brain.
No. All right? You need to squash that shit next time.
Push it way
down.
It's your own personal horror, man.
All right, not when we're talking about Gendy. Okay, goodness sake.
But,
kind of tell you about banging my wife.
Show a little respect.
Well, actually, no.
in the house of Gendy.
Right? Like, goodness sake.
In the house of,
I need another
house
beer.
of, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Dan?
Do that for me as well, please.
All right. Well, Dan's getting around.
All right.
What do you think?
Go-kart.
Yeah, grab me a go-kart, please.
All right, so pause.
Pause.
I mean, you don't have to keep talking, gentlemen.
I guess we could talk. I don't know. It feels weird without Dan.
I'm just cool and echoey now. It's neat.
It feels weird that Dan is not here, not saying things, as opposed to when he's here and not saying things. I'm just kidding, Dan.
Oh, good times.
I do, like the main cast. Like I feel like Dan gets talked over a lot, and I'm always trying to like, Dan, what were you gonna say?
What was that, Dan?
I very rarely steamroll over anybody else.
You need to get on that shit.
Yeah, well.
Thank
But,
you, sir.
Since that brought us together about our favorite Gendy. Huh? Oh, sorry. Hey, I did grab two go-karts.
I thought I didn't realize because his hand was over. I thought you'd be like, open, please.
Excuse me? I know you did just not hand me a closed beer.
What kind of hospitality is this?
Almost someone has bullshit. All right, so Sym-Bionic Titan.
This reminds me a lot of my favorite live action shows.
Example.
Yeah,
Especially Buffy.
Yep, yeah, I was going to say it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, okay. I'm not the only one that sees it then.
I will.
Okay.
That leads into. I guess I'll just segue into one of my biggest problems with this show. Is that it is a Monster of the Week show.
Yeah.
And I feel like right at the end, where they kind of get into more multi-episode arc, is the very end of the season, and then it's canceled. So it's
yeah. I mean, it does have an arc, but there's a lot of Monster of the Week, and oh no, it's but it's got the same Homecoming episode basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a very popular Spider-Man trope. It's we're going to Homecoming.
Yeah.
It happened in Homecoming.
Yeah.
And it also happened in the Spider-Man show that I love that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah.
Let's go to the dance.
So Buffy did it first because that Spider-Man doesn't exist.
What do you mean, Scott? What are you talking about?
Oh God, he forgot his medication again.
Alcohol counteracts it.
All right, so it does get Monster of the Week, and it's 20 episodes, which I think is long for a Gandhi show. Like,
I mean, kind of.
But no, I liked it, because like they were kind of figuring everything out. So like each episode did kind of have them figuring out a new piece of the puzzle, and they do go back a couple times where it's like one episode is mostly on current Galaluna, and then one episode was just like what happened.
Yeah, I think those are well spaced out.
Yeah,
because it's like right when maybe things are getting a little stale, it's just like a new power or like discovering something about Earth.
Normal high school thing.
It's like, all right, well here's them in like their natural habitat, so you can see how they like normally are, and you get more of the backstory too. Yeah. So like it keeps things fresh.
And that flashback episode is freaking awesome.
Which one? Because there's two excellent.
Well, okay, the
one
like right
Paul
before
Dini.
That too. But did Dini do the one that was right before when they went to Earth?
He
like,
did no.
Like the actual,
no, he did Lance's backstory when Lance is
because that is also very good.
Yeah. And you can tell. Like, it popped up like written by Paul Dini. I was like, this is gonna be good.
Yeah,
and it was. But no, the one right before where it shows them escaping is also excellent.
The angry Duke guy who turncoats on him and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I mean
for
a one episode villain, I mean he was pretty fleshed out of it.
Yeah, and that's really like it's also like Gendy really does have a way of like saying things without saying them.
Yeah.
This definitely says a lot of stuff out loud, but like you do pick up a lot more stuff from just just the way things play out.
Yeah.
And, the way people look and stuff.
Like I'm surprised that with his art structure, like you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
But we saw the same thing in Primal too. Like dude's like a big beefy scary dude, but he still
prehistoric Octus.
Yeah, he still emotes like super well.
I kind of thought it was weird. Like, I feel like this is way more dialogue heavy than most other Gendy shows.
Yeah. This is like Joss Whedon and Gendy got together and made a show.
But I think Gendy can do dialogue.
Yeah, and he can do comedy, and he can be like all that stuff is very well done.
He's great at visual gags. I love the one episode where on the space station and they're all like running. And then do like the epic close-ups of them running.
Yeah,
the last one is Lance, and he's too big, so his head's scraping the
ceiling.
So it's like a serious moment, and then like a little levity. Yeah. It's like because it feels a little corny. Like these close-ups of them running, and the drama and the music, and then it's like Lance just busting through the space station with his fucking robot head.
But he's really good with the tiny moments of levity in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's sprinkled in very nicely, and it's very well.
It's like
done.
the Avengers movie when they first started,
Yeah,
it got a little heavy later on, but
it's just
Squidward.
You can't capture the lightning in the bottle every time.
Yeah.
You just gotta celebrate the good stuff and not talk about the chaff.
Not talk about it ever.
Not talk about Thanos ever again.
I really love the side story of the robot dating the cheerleader.
Oh,
dude, Octus is my favorite character.
I would agree.
Octus is my favorite character by far.
So I was reading that he was the first character they actually developed for this show. Like they had the idea for Octus.
Yeah.
And then like the show kind of formed around him. Which is funny because he's very much like a side character. I'd say the first half.
Yeah.
And then like he gets more and more like, and it's kind of because like he's developing more and more.
Right. Yeah. And it's all you get to. It's fun to think like what can a robot feel. Like artificial intelligence. Like how much is actually artificial once you make intelligence? Like it is like what is a soul? Yeah, he's a consciousness. Yada yada yada. All these things. From the robot character, so that's already kind of like ingrained, and it can be very cliche. But I feel like it's handled very well here.
This pulls it off well, yes. I never did the groany thing when he says something, like towards that. So that's something.
I think a lot of that is definitely like his voice actor is great.
Yeah.
Like not everyone could probably pull that off. Like, because I think the voice modulator helps when he's like full robot.
Yeah.
But like when he has to be in human form, like you have to be able to nail like certain
just flat.
minor inflections.
Yeah.
But most of the time just monotone.
Yeah, but he never really has a moment where he like turns toward the window and says, "Who am I? What do I feel?"
Yeah.
A little bit in the episode where everyone's frozen.
Yeah, but it's like even then it's like a motion thing. It's not a stop and let us be introspective now for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I love Octus. He's it's a great character. Like Lance is cool. And when you figure out the more you learn about Lance, you're just like, oh, okay, like I understand why he's the way he is.
Yeah.
Shit sucks for this kid.
I think Lance is my favorite. Really.
That's cool.
Because I like how he just rages out towards the end a couple times there. Like his nice friend dies.
The
and
Phantom Ninja episode is my favorite episode of the entire fucking thing.
Where he's only happy when he's like beating the shit out of people.
I'm only happy when I'm Batman. I can live with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I felt it on a deeper level. But Lance is Batman. I'm down.
I hated the whole moral of that story though. It's like, oh, the only reason they're in danger is because he alerted the alien with his vigilante. Like, no, the alien was gonna find him regardless.
Yeah,
like,
right.
He really didn't do anything wrong.
Also true.
And that's why I dug the episode. I mean, it was wrong of him to enter the situation that would require him to use his armor. Like, that's where you're like, come on, Lance. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like
where he drops into Die Hard, basically.
Oh, dude. Yes, that's why I love the episode.
Yeah.
It's fucking Die Hard. Oh my god, it was great. It was absolutely the best.
I was gonna bring that up and I completely forgot about it.
I did too until he was like, "Oh, he needs his armor," and I was like, "Oh, because everyone's shooting at him." Because it's Die Hard, they're shooting the glass and everything.
Oh man, no, it's so beautiful. It's such a great throwback. I was like, Gendy, Gendy, you did it. Yes.
But Ilana could easily be like a favorite character too. Like I feel like all three leads are super well fleshed out, and I think it's because there's only three. Like they can.
There's no weak link. There's no there's no pinch from the original Voltron.
No.
You understand why each character is the way they are very clearly.
Yes.
Even before you get Lance's backstory, you understand.
Or even Ilana's backstory. It's like, there's always a well.
It's not like they don't have fun with it either. Like Lance, learns to play the guitar in the band.
Yeah, and the band kicks him out because
that is just like him, so they never get together.
Yeah, yep.
but yeah, I mean even supporting characters.
It's like, I see Crane style is strong.
Yes.
Kind of strong. It's much stronger. She's like, show me.
Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous.
Let me show you my Wu-Tang style.
I've got that movie around here somewhere. Anyway, but I'm a big fan of Vampire Hunter D in here.
Oh, dude. Okay, so
it's cool.
The X-Files crew, G3.
Yeah.
They're cool. I dig it's not only his outfit too, because the soldiers wear that scarf deal. They got this very stylized
the
armor.
soldiers look like the Japanese Defense Force in
Astro Boy?
Is it Ultraman?
Ultraman, probably.
It's one of those shows.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I don't know, but that sounds like a thing that the Japanese would do.
I think it's Ultraman, but don't quote me on that one. But yeah, there's a couple shows that have that, but his attire, I don't know.
Yeah, it would be nice to have except that he wears that same thing every day.
Yeah,
I'm sure he has multiple,
but it's like he's
but it's still it's like his uniform. Yeah. So he's got multiple uniforms, but it's still the same thing every day.
Yeah.
And he got to pimp it out. You see a lot of his own character in his costume. But I want that job where I get to dictate my uniform. It wouldn't just be a t-shirt and jeans, but that's still up to me.
Right. He's like Lance's older age goth phase. Kind of. That's basically what that is. That's Helsing and that's Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah, for sure.
Goggles.
There's a lot of throwbacks in this show.
It's very cool. I mean the art style for the characters some of them are very different, like the King and the Mojo Jojo bad guy.
Yeah, Mojo Jojo is awesome. I dig him
Yeah.
as a bad guy, even though he is just Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, but they all seem to coalesce pretty well, you know, and
What was his name?
that's awesome. I don't remember.
Oh my goodness.
Muchachos?
We're terrible at our job. But yeah, let's talk about the muchachos real quick.
Yeah.
Our good friend Dan. He's got a vivid imagination.
He's an idiot, you know.
And he's a bit of an idiot, but he's a lovable idiot.
Yeah.
And so every time they say Mutrati, which is the evil race of like monsters that takes over the Galaluna planet.
They don't really define what they are. They're
they're
like, oh, the Mutrati, but then you got all these giant monsters.
Well, they're from the planet Mutrata or whatever, so it's just like
they're all Mutrati.
Yeah.
It's like Earthlings.
Yeah, they're weird monsters, but they also make space vessels somehow. I don't know.
I think a lot of that is because of dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out his last name right now, or his first name right now. The general
Yeah.
with the hat with the eye.
The Mojo Jojo.
Yeah,
Mojo Jojo General.
Because it's not like the Mutrati were ever a threat until like he like clearly took over.
Right, and set them to a single purpose.
Fair enough. But I mean, they've been going long enough that they have a certain style of ship.
Sure.
So I don't know.
They got they got some. I really like the flashback episode where Lance busts into the.
Oh, did we explain muchachos?
No.
Okay, so yeah, sorry.
Explain
Before you get into that, our good friend Dan, the lovable idiot. Every time they say Mutrati, he hears, or he doesn't hear muchachos. His brain changes it for him.
Yes.
They say Mutrati, and then it's translated to muchachos. So if you watch the show, watch it through, and every time they say the Mutrati, replace it with muchachos. It is very, very entertaining.
It doesn't detract at all from like the story.
No, it does not. They're just very, very loved. That's all.
Oh, dude, Brian Posehn, is that his name? Posehn?
Yeah.
Plays Octus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. This guy, third over.
Okay. I mean, he looks kind of like him.
Yeah. That guy's in a lot of stuff. He's good. Let's see here.
Like I don't know what else he's in. Like I don't really pay attention to much.
He's one of those guys who's like in a bunch of stuff, but it's not like he's in anything. You know, like
okay.
it's never like his thing.
Like basically, if you're not like Batman or the cast of Critical Role, I don't really pay attention to your voice acting.
That's totally fair.
This is Tara Strong is right?
Yes.
So one thing I think is funny is she looks a lot like Ashi from the 5th season of Samurai Jack.
Okay.
And she's voiced by the same voice actress. like her hair is the same except blonde instead of black. Yeah. And she's not like a fucking child raised from birth to murder one person.
Even the CGI in this doesn't detract for me, and that says a lot.
Yes.
Like because I usually do not like drawing stuff with CGI added.
It's
Modula. General Modula.
That's right. I mean, they don't like. No one ever really talks to him.
Yeah.
Without being like, "Oh, my lord."
Yeah,
my liege.
They say his name.
Just
in
the king
first
says
episode.
his name, and they say his name in the flashback episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Modula and the Muchachos.
But they put. I mean, like they had Tara Strong, and they put Tara Strong to work. She's like 33 people in this cartoon.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Ilana, Agnes, Amber, Anchorwoman, Betty, Breezy, Driver, Girl, Miss Mitchell, Mrs. O'Brien, Neighbor Mom, Woman, Young Ilana.
so almost all the bit female parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, hey, if you have Tara Strong,
I mean,
you know, like
I guess it's like G.I. Joe levels of
reuse
of work there.
It's like fucking Carrie Payton in Young Justice, where he's every black man except Cyborg.
Yeah.
Because why not?
I mean, when you got him.
It's like, well, you already did Cyborg, so we're just not going to make him Cyborg.
We'll give him a break on that.
Anyway. Sym-Bionic Titan.
Yeah, Sym-Bionic Titan.
What else we got?
I mean, strong cast. Gendy Tartakovsky. The art is obviously Gendy.
I don't have anything like negative on this, really.
No,
the whole.
It's Gendy Tartakovsky.
No. Like the whole crest thing, like you guys were saying earlier, is kind of lame, but it kind of gets pushed off to the side anyway. So.
Oh yeah. So there's there's a symbol that's like the lamest part of the thing is this little metal, the medallion that the king is wearing with the heart, body, and mind, and it's it's dumb. It's the dumbest thing in the entire
show. It's a bit new agey for them,
and it is 13 whole seconds of an afterthought.
But introduced in the Phantom Ninja, Max's favorite episode, is the 3 crescents. Yeah, which is super dope, and is the theme of their homecoming.
Yeah. So it's replaced by much better shit later on, and no, it's not even worth really mentioning. The show is amazing. It's well written, well acted, well delivered, well drawn, well animated. I mean, all these things. The action plays out very sweet.
Just think. I mean, this beats out my favorite cartoon from this guy. From a caveman and a dinosaur just running around killing shit. It's got to be good.
Yeah, that's hard to. That's a hard pedestal.
Very
to push.
Very hard.
I'm just moving it because it looked like it was about to fall off.
But Scott, how do you feel about Sym-Bionic Titan?
It's my favorite. Like geeks. Or just in general?
Obviously we all give it 3 geeks. Yeah. I mean, that's hands down.
All right.
Oh man, you ruined the
reveal suspense. Of the score. Oh shit!
All right, so I love this show. I'm gonna give you my broad strokes. I love this show. A word that kept coming into my mind while watching it was ambitious, because I feel like everything it tries to do, it's just like we're just fucking
doing it.
We're doing it. We're going. I think
we'll do it live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there's some awkward moments in the kind of the early episodes, but I feel like it really hits its stride, which sucks because it's canceled.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so clearly Gendy, but also very adult. Like there were times I was like, "There's no way this was on cartoon."
Yeah.
There's no way.
Like they go right up to that line, man.
Like you got. Molduga, what was his name?
Modula.
Medulla. I'm like,
you got him Darth Vadering a dude, and just snapping his neck.
Yeah.
And people just die in this show. There's definitely some parachutes and people jumping out of tanks, but then there's also people just getting blasted.
Oh yeah, and then it's the first episode
they're dead.
When the first monster drops.
Yeah.
And it does the fucking the super blast that just creates it's at the epicenter of a fucking 8 city blocks that are just gone now.
It's like a Watchmen, that just the movie
with
the crater,
right? And then it's just gone.
I'm not discussing quality. I'm just saying
okay.
Reminding me of the visual.
Yes,
understood.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going into that,
right? Not going into it, but he just does that. And then $14 billion worth of damage.
There's no way everyone was out of that.
Oh no way.
They didn't really have a chance to get out of the air.
No, they show some bodies flying around. It is. Yeah.
Well, there's a part in the final episode where the hammer is fighting the thing, and it just unleashes all those missiles, and you see people
Oh yeah. Oh no, the general kills so many. General people.
Just inadvertently killed a bunch of people.
The General Steel is so good. What a great character. Yeah, it's. I mean, you don't really get the full General Steel until the last episodes where he has the hammer, and but all the jokes of the hammer are awesome. I love General Steel. Good. Because you know why I love General Steel? Because at the very end, when that thing fucking pummeled the hammer, he gets out of that thing and starts shooting his fucking handgun at it, and throws it at him. I'm like, okay.
And then when it's about to kill him, he's like, do it.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm down for that dude. He's got fucking brass balls. That's impressive to me. I don't know, but
it's a level of depth to a clearly antagonist.
Oh yeah, really I mean, you're not supposed to really like him, but you kind of like him. So.
But he's used a lot for comic relief early on. He's the bumbling, General.
But he's two steps behind. You know, like it's
Like, what do we do? Like, shoot it. And it doesn't work. And
then, because they don't have the technology to keep up, and he's like obviously frustrated because like the relationship between General Steel and Solomon with G3 is made very clear, like at the very beginning, and like again, like there's a lot of things done with like little dialogue and just what happens.
Yeah.
Like the
looks.
Right. And like so the aliens land, the spaceship is there, the general shows up first because he knows that's the only opportunity he's gonna get to look at anything.
Let's go.
And then so he gets there first, but then dude just rolls in, steals the spaceship, and deuces out and says 4 words to the guy. Not your problem anymore, General. Deuces. And just breaks out. I'm like, this guy is just so frustrated. Yeah. But his hands are tied. It's there's a lot there, and it's like one scene. Like that's getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also really like the death metal scene where they're Lance and the girl are both in the mosh pit.
Yes,
that's some good shit.
Yes, the Metalocalypse scene. I was like, come on, if this was Death Clock, this would just be amazing. This is early Death Clock when they're teenagers.
Yeah.
I want to believe that in a perfect world, that's what happened.
Yeah. But maybe they changed their name after they almost got smashed by a giant.
Yeah, that's when they went to the next level.
But yeah, this is an awesome series, and you should watch it.
Something that jumped out at me was how much licensed music there was in this.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Gendy uses a lot of stock sound effects, and it's kind of like part of his charm, where it's a sound you've heard before, but he uses it in a funny, creative way. So it's I wouldn't have thought of that necessarily, or you've heard it Dexter's Laboratory, a lot of the chewing and the little minor things that happen. The same thing happens here. It's the same sounds and the same kind of beats. When someone winks or something, there's a little ding sound. It's very his DNA. So it's interesting.
The violin that when they're looking around a corner. Yeah. Anyway, so yes. But
it's just funny when a licensed song happens in a show like this. Because, you're used to, Gendy just doing, I feel like he's just, always been on, some kind of shoestring budget. He's, the underdog. He's I gotta use all these stock sound effects so I can do something amazing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's probably how he's gotten X, Y, and Z done. Okay, well, I know I'm not going to spend any money on these 4 things that people spend a lot of money on. Or I can trim it down to, it's I always spend $35,000 on the soundtrack stuff because it's all the same sounds and I never use anything different.
It's like Primal doesn't, it's got a lot of drum beats, but it doesn't really have much of a score.
Right, which is fine because it doesn't have any talking either. But
it's effective. But but
it's
very
simple. It's a different monster.
Oh yeah,
but that's
It's just so weird that he can do so many different things that are also similar yet also different at the same time.
Yeah.
The one that jumped out at me was when they had the Flock of Seagulls song on, when the robot and the cheerleader first kind of get it on, and then they're fighting a monster in the back while she's listening to Flock of Seagulls. It's just such a perfect scene, on so many different levels.
Yeah,
that it's why did this get canceled?
Dude, I don't know if it was ahead of its time or too late. It just
I
wasn't.
Could not tell that this was 10 years old.
No.
Rewatching it, I was there's no way. This came out 2 years ago.
At least. It's solid 100% through and through. I really, really wish they could, if they could just get the money to finish it, because it's obviously not done. And
I don't. But that's the thing. I don't want a movie.
No. I need them to finish it,
and not Samurai Jack. I literally want 2 more 20-episode seasons.
Yeah, but I feel like Samurai Jack, they ended that in a good way. It wasn't. You didn't get a full season or 2 of Samurai Jack, but I don't feel like you needed it for the story that they were telling, and they told that story very well.
Samurai Jack, though, we're gonna end the series. And it's not hard because I'm not.
I need 2 more seasons of Sym-Bionic Titan.
Well, this isn't a slight to Samurai Jack, but Samurai Jack doesn't have as much of arc.
No.
Like, he's got to get back to the past. A lot of episodes are very, like, self-contained.
Yeah.
So it's like you could easily wrap up the whole show in 10 episodes. Like,
yes.
So, like, here's an arc for the final season. Boom, done.
Right.
This, like, clearly there's a lot more story, a lot more lore, backstory that you need to expand
40
upon.
more episodes.
Yeah. This is
only
1/3 done. I mean,
yes. Of Sym-Bionic Titan. Because at the end of this season, the Titan beefs up. They're like, we're more powerful. And then, like, they just handle these freaking muchachos. And
you're not sure why. There's so much mystery still about G3. Like, you don't know everything about him, and there's, like, something going on there.
And Dan had said, is that Keith's father?
Who fixes robot?
You mean Lance?
Or,
Lance.
Voltron crossover.
Well, that's it. They can just finish this in Voltron.
Wait, no, Lance is a Voltron character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, they both are.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, so Keith's father could possibly be
because he just went to the Rift Gate and then he's like, "Oh, where'd he go?" And like, "Oh, he's dead." And so they were in the episode where they get captured by G3, and Octus is like, I don't know why, but I know like the frequency that they're using, and like, I know all this about their technology. It's in my like existing memory banks. I'm not sure why that is. So it's like, oh, obviously like there's some link between Earth and.
Or like how did G3? Because G3 like at the first episode they use a weapon that's effective, a little bit against the monster, and it's like, where'd that fucking laser beam come from?
Yeah,
I don't know, but like, and they never explain it again. It's like G3, and that's it. So,
well, they've all got like a version of the Super Friends jet too. So
here we go.
Here it is. Yeah. Fucking
Hans Gruber over there.
Fucking Hans.
Yeah, that's obviously Die Hard.
That's just so sad they couldn't get like Alan Rickman.
Oh, dude, if they would have got Alan Rickman to voice that dude, I would have died. I would have literally died. It would have just been the death of Max right then and there. Just from awesomeness.
Tried.
Huh? Oh, if they reached out to Alan Rickman to do it? Oh,
like, hey, man,
they probably can't for copywriting.
We can't pay you much, but...
they probably couldn't do it. That would probably lean too hard into it, and they'd have to pay for Die Hard licensing after that.
I doubt it.
I don't know. There's a universe. Look, I just enjoy the fact that there's a universe where Alan Rickman voices Alan Rickman in this episode,
and it went on for 3 more seasons.
Yeah, and they got the full seasons, and everything was COVID. Like 2020 never happened. Like the world ended in 2019 after Alan Rickman voices the Alan Rickman character in the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Ninja.
The Phantom Menace?
The Phantom Menace.
Yikes.
Alan Rickman in the Phantom Menace.
That might be better,
It could only be an improvement. Alan Rickman plays C-3PO in the Phantom Menace.
Maybe it's called
just
Phantom
a robot
Menace
from Hitchhiker's
Guide in that universe because the Phantom Menace never existed.
Oh, this kid with the better storyline.
There you go.
There's a universe where that happens. All right.
What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay, no.
I was just happily going on with this.
And I like this bad guy. I'm sorry, in the Phantom.
So many of the bad guys are really cool.
Oh yeah. Like even the giant lizard monsters are cool, and they don't even do that much.
They're all like unique enough that it's like
it's Monster of the Week, but it's still fun. It's like it's just very well done, Gandhi.
Sometimes the monster fights are the least interesting parts of the episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm
absolutely.
Like, it's just Octus doing something,
That's
or
the way it
Lance
should be
having a flashback, or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
we gotta fight the monster now, I guess.
Yeah.
But they also like it's like you said. They've got Flock of Seagulls playing. The act you're following a girl walking home, and there's a giant
After
monster
kissing
battle.
a robot.
Yeah, in the background. And okay, they defeat the monster and yada yada, but like the whole point was to watch her happily walking home and just like feeling in the moment that she was in, and that was like it's just a crazy thing, where it's like the monster battle didn't even need to happen.
No.
They could have had it without it entirely, and it still would have been just as effective.
Especially because like you wouldn't have cared about her as a character until like 5 minutes before that, when she kind of dropped the facade, and she's like, "Here I am as a person. Here's why I'm the head cheerleader, and that's all that matters to me."
Right.
And it's like, it's just like the level of depth like Steel is a minor character, but you get like a level of depth to him, not as much as like the cheerleader girl who goes like super deep once she starts getting.
Yeah, but she got the time.
Yeah.
If they would have followed General Steel around for an episode, like you would have found out
his family died to a meteor. That was caused by Lance's father when he went through the hurricane. Like something like that.
And he knows he's still here.
Scott, are you secretly a writer in Getty's team? Like, that's a little too on the nose.
I will say all the G3 masks look very similar to the Mutrati Royal Guard masks.
The muchachos.
I don't know what the Lance's people are called. Are they Muchachos?
The Galalunans?
No. Galalunans, yeah.
Galalunans.
It's not it's like a name, right?
Galalunians?
That's like the planet or the moon.
Yeah.
Or a neighboring planet.
Mutrat is a neighboring planet.
Or is it one of the 3 moons?
No, I think it's another planet.
Okay.
But yeah. This show is awesome.
Just one last detail, because I can't stop gushing about this show.
Right.
Like in some of the early episodes, you see Lance like just up doing push-ups, and it's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then they explain why he always wakes up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
In the flashback episodes.
And it's
like
kind of harsh.
It really tugs at the heartstrings, because you like, oh, this is why he's up, and it's like, what else is he gonna do at 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
Like fucking work out, because he got.
But it's also like it plays into the fact that like Lance is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you see why.
Yeah.
Like he's up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing fucking push-ups.
Yeah.
But then, like he can't control his feelings either.
Right, but also like he's had a lot of traumatic shit, and no one
yeah.
can tell him that like you're okay. You're
it's
okay.
all right, man. Here's the couch. Just tell me your problem.
Right. Like, there's no one to do that. You see how he's super fucked up.
I like some of the things where he's like talking to the king.
Yeah.
And he like, finds him in the when he like goes into the jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little conversation he has is like real. Like again, Paul Dini wrote that episode, so it's like just like.
But I mean the king is like the most sympathetic character to him for a while, and he's still kind of a dick. So
yeah, they're like, oh, his dad died.
King.
Well, I guess time to go into the military.
Yeah, boarding school now, kid.
Right, like oh my god, and then like it's like the first 13 seconds you meet the worst kid that you want to fucking meet, like. Yeah,
he really tries to murder him because he doesn't get to be valedictorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Anyway.
I get caught up watching the show.
Yeah.
Fucking, or like, okay, so when he breaks out and like he like breaks his thumb to break out of there, you're like, okay, like this shit is legit. It is so good. I love this show. It sucks. It really does need 2 more seasons. I feel like the arc could carry it. If it goes the way I see it going, season 2 towards the middle or towards the end, they go back to Galaluna. In season 3, they take over or whatever happens. But
finish that shit.
Yeah,
wrap that shit up,
and it would be sweet. I'm down for it. This gets 7 out of 3 geeks for me. Fucking, I'm gonna go make new friends to tell about this show.
I've already been like, hey, you should watch this. It's on Netflix.
You got a sandwich board. He's gonna go downtown and be like,
people are like BLM. I'm like Sym-Bionic Titan. Fucking
plus BLM.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
Galaluna lives matter.
But like all peace to everyone under the Titan. Fucking, it's so good. It's Gendy at his best, but it's also different from any other thing that he's done.
Yeah.
And what makes me so upset is, like, the reason they said they canceled it is because there wasn't a toy deal for the show, which makes me mad. And there could have
easily been.
Well, that's the thing. It makes me mad, but, like, I want toys of all of them.
Oh, yes.
Like, I want an Octus, little figure for my desk.
Yes. I want all of the Octus figures. I want Octus as Octus. I want Octus as Newton. I want Octus as the dad.
I want Octus as really big before they join with him.
Yes. I want Octus as a circle.
Yeah. Or just a little thing.
Yep.
It's like a tube. It comes with a little circle. You can put them in it.
There should be like the Octus kit should come with everything, and you just get to kind of do it however you want, like whatever mood you're in. Maybe
it's like those scary anime faces. And the little Figma figures. There you go. The creepy.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Is there anything else to say about it?
I feel like I got like 100 more things to say, but I'm so hyped I can't think of them.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it's a show you can watch multiple times.
Yeah.
I need to.
I just like watching the robots beat the muchachos.
Oh yeah, one thing I love, transformation sequences are really easy to get wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like this show, it does a good job of speeding it up.
Yeah,
whenever it fully forms, there's always like a shot of it, but within context.
Yeah.
So like, there's always like Voltron. There's always like a weird space background.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of next shot, it's fully formed. But there's always like what's happening, and it's them like standing up or turning around or forming, and they don't obviously we don't need to show it form every time. Like, it can just happen.
Right.
That's what I thought beat Voltron. I mean, not that it matters that much, but yeah, they selectively do it.
Yeah.
And Voltron had like a slow and a fast.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And this has
and you saw one of them
10
every
different
time.
versions where it's like you need various speeds for different moods and like pacing of the episodes. So it's like maybe it's a little longer here, maybe it's shorter here.
Or I mean, like you say, as you started explaining it, right? They went into the transformation sequence.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is what reminded me of when I said I can't think.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, I got it.
But what was great about this transformation sequence is, like as you're saying, like the big reveal when it comes to the shot of the robot being formed, the monster they were fighting was tiny compared to Titan.
Yes.
And that was like that's just another funny beat that they have in the show that's like makes it different. You're like, okay, big reveal, and then it's like, oh, they're fighting. It's not even that big. Because
they literally just start trying to step on it. They're not doing anything graceful.
They just get it done.
Well, there he is.
Yeah.
They're chasing it around, trying to stomp it.
Time for lunch.
So yeah, it's great, and it's different every time. And then it's continuous. They broke into the school in this episode, and there's a hole in the cafeteria when you go on later in the episode. So, and
that's how they tracked them to the school later, because they're there's all these different monsters appearing. There's been damage to this building consistently. It's like they got to be in this school, so they send the undercover army student or whatever.
Yep, it all makes sense. Love Gendy. Good job.
And it's just so much more. You could tell they had so much more they were planning. You could tell they have
there had to at least be 2 more seasons. At least
a season.
Yeah.
At least one more. But there's so much shit they didn't wrap up.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a shame. The cartoon is good. It still looks so good.
It's
they could just hire the same crew and give them the same technology, which would be cheaper now.
Probably.
It's sad seeing how much stuff got multiple seasons and not this.
Right. That's another thing.
That sucks.
Especially when I have nothing against shows that have a rough first season and then hit their stride 2 or 3 seasons in. Mm-hmm. And wow, this is really good now. But this show nails it first season. It's a little awkward.
A few episodes.
Yeah, it's a few
episodes.
A few awkward episodes, and then they just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
They fall down and they get up and start sprinting.
Yep.
And they don't stop until someone murders them.
Yep. That's exactly how it went down. I don't see it. There's no other way to explain it. They did Gendy wrong, which I don't even know how you could do. I don't know how you could look Gendy in the eye and tell him he's not wanted back. How do you even do that?
Star Wars Clone Wars.
They canceled. They canceled Samurai
But they
Jack.
finished that though. Star Wars Clone Wars was they made it for the thing that it was in.
Yeah.
And it was done.
But then they kind of not whitewash, but they kind of
they went over it.
They pushed that aside.
Yeah, they're
no,
this didn't actually happen.
Here, that's just
farting baby
Lucasfilm.
butts.
That's what Lucasfilm be none of this is canon
Right.
anymore. So I love Timothy Zahn got fucked.
Yeah.
It's not just Gendy. A lot
that's
of
ass.
We lost a lot of good
but
men.
I feel Gendy is still he didn't get canceled. It was just over.
Yeah.
And then they went and did another thing, and they weren't thinking of because they were trying to display this new animation style. They weren't thinking about Gendy.
No.
So and that's fine because they did what they did. But obviously Gendy's shit was better than that weak ass bullshit that Ahsoka Tano bullshit that they came up with. There's your hot take.
That is a hot take. A lot of people love that show.
Yeah, fuck Ahsoka Tano.
People love that show.
Yeah, well, it can eat a bag of dicks.
And with that, gentlemen.
So we're gonna call it on this one.
I feel like we easily talk about it for another 5 hours.
Yeah. Be the first Anime-Niacs 2-parter.
Longer than the actual series.
Gendy Gush, yes. Damn.
Well,
Here for that.
Well, I think it's funny because we're like, oh yeah, we love Gendy. Like we're always going to talk about him, and like I feel like just so much more hyped up this episode. Like I love Clone Wars. I love Dexter's Lab. I love Samurai Jack. But like, there's something about this show that just Primal. Yeah. I love Primal. Something about this show, just like
You know what though?
It's
because this show got canceled. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything else had its. Like Dexter's Lab ran for a good amount of time.
Oh yeah,
it got bad.
Yeah, it got bad. And then, like Clone Wars was, its own thing, and it was done. Like, Primal got one season, but it's like, like you're if they didn't have another season of Primal, you get the story of Primal.
And they even touted it like this was a miniseries. Like, it's just a little fun side project.
Yeah. That happened, and it's awesome, and it's great, but it's its own thing, and it's that, and it's done. This is like the only thing that's not finished.
But that's the thing. He came back and finished Samurai Jack, so it's like you can't even say like, oh. It's because unique.
But that's the other thing too. It's like, you went back and finished Samurai Jack, and this is never getting that because like Samurai Jack has a following. Like,
it's up to us.
Oh my god! Like, if you have not watched Sym-Bionic Titan and you have watched anything Gendy Tartakovsky and enjoyed it, you're gonna enjoy this. It is so good, and it just sucks that it's not finished. Like it. And then who's to say he didn't even want to come back? But like
he said he'd like be open to it, but like
if I had money, oh my god, I would.
Maybe that's what Primal's about. He's like, all right. He's like, let me tap deep into like my creative juices, and then people are like, what else has this guy done? Because I feel like Primal is like some of the more like recently mainstream. Who was it that was saying they loved him? Jon Favreau was over Primal. He's like, wow, I love Gendy. I don't know if he I'm sure he's seen Samurai Jack. I don't know if he's seen this.
If Favreau hasn't watched the Clone Wars thing and applied some of that shit to Mandalorian, then he's wrong. Yeah. He's just wrong. Like that's some of the best Star Wars you're gonna see. And
we need
props to Gendy. Like this needs to be finished. Like we're gonna start a stupid internet petition to get this. We got 200,000 signatures to get this finished. Like it doesn't mean anything, but like it needs to be done.
Honestly, we probably wouldn't even get 1,000.
Right. Sym-Bionic Titan is a shit. I love it. It is some of my favorite giant robot stuff, and
Netflix should continue it. I'd be fine with Netflix.
Oh my god, and that's like a doable thing.
That might be a thing, honestly.
We need to okay, everyone. Here's something that might work. Petition Netflix. Tell them, email Netflix. I'm going to send an email to Netflix. We need Sym-Bionic Titan to be finished. 2 more seasons of Sym-Bionic Titan. At least.
I mean, this dude's doing Primal. We can't work him to death, but...
Yeah, and, hey, let him finish. I don't even care. In his own time. As long as I know that it's happening, I don't care. It's fine. I wouldn't dare rush Gendy Tartakovsky.
You don't...
I don't want a fucking Game of Thrones where they're like, oh, we're leaving to do a Star Wars job, and then they get fired from the Star Wars job for the shit job that they did leaving out of the fucking other thing. Yeah. No, Gendy, you take your time, you do what you're gonna do. But if you are inclined to do another season of Sym-Bionic Titan, please let's make that happen. Yeah, I love this show.
It's weird that it's not more of a thing, right? Because I watched it and I was like.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be we're gonna have to get it started because Gendy needs recognition for the show, and I guess it's on us. And you got to be the person at the time. And with it debuting on Netflix, that's obviously a giant boost.
Because it's accessible now.
Yes.
Like I said, I had never seen this all the way through. I had seen bits and pieces here and there. I knew what it was. But I'd never fully just watched it.
Yeah.
Start to finish. And this has been out for it was very late 2019 it came out on Netflix.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. It was later than that.
Was it?
I think it was this year.
I'm pretty sure it was this year.
Regardless, it's a recent enough thing.
Right.
And it's not on the front page or anything. I didn't.
No, I had to search for it.
No, I searched for it.
Yeah, I had to search for it
because I was just going through, the anime thing, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's so good. It is so good. I mean, there's not enough good things to be said about Sym-Bionic Titan. And we're we're talking in circles, but
honestly, I wouldn't have felt bad buying.
They have a Fast and the Furious episode of Sym-Bionic Titan.
Yes.
Yep.
I dig it. I love this show. So that's going to be it for this one. Have we watched another thing? Was there something else that we did or we're going to do soon?
There were a couple things, but then we forgot. I think.
Okay. Well, we've got other stuff coming in the pipe. Phrasing.
Yeah.
We got more Anime-Niacs coming. I'm Max.
I'm Scott.
I'm Dan.
And we're your Anime-Niacs. Please just recycle your droids.
Muchacho.
Fear the muchachos.
We gave it a rating, right?
I think I gave it 35 out of 40.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think we all.
78
35 out of 3.
78 out of 3 geeks. Something like 1 million. I love you 3,000. I don't know.
Hey,
what is it?